Alright y'all, thought I'd make a video and show you my little micro camper that I just built, just finished probably about a month ago. Show you some ideas that I had, maybe you can use. I wanted to make a camper that would go in the back of my truck and I didn't have to take the toolbox out. The mounting points are going to be to the bed here and there, and then I had to go through the truck bed there and right here, the same thing, and I tie it down with turnbuckles. I did have to build a little platform because of a couple mismeasurements or things that didn't quite work out like I thought they would. So let me get this thing on the truck and I'll show y'all exactly how it works. Alright, so one of the main things I ran into is the fact that the jacks for slide-in campers are a fortune. They cost a fortune. So I ended up going with regular trailer jacks that I got off Amazon for about $60 a piece. And then I welded 2-inch square tubing with little gussets, and I mounted these receiver hitches that I got from Harbor Freight for $20 a piece. Fully extended and 2 cinder blocks, gets it in the truck fine. It's not shaky at all, it's not hard, just back the truck up underneath it. I had a 1970 camper that weighed about 47,000 pounds and it only had 3 jacks on it, and it was super shaky and creaky, and so this is more stable than that ever thought about being. So alright, so once the truck's under it, and it's all the way lowered down, these guys come out, and this goes in. Hold it in place with a pin. And I do that for all 4 corners. Alright, y'all gonna have to forgive the choppy video, but once all the 2-inch square tubing's in on every side, I attach it to a hole that's in the tube and tighten it down on all 4 corners. And I mean, we're taking it off-road and bounce it around and it seems to be holding just fine. So alright, so now that I got it on the truck, it's all strapped down with the turnbuckles on all 4 corners. I can tell you a little more about it. First thing, it's made out of 1x4s and 1/4-inch plywood sandwiched between some styrofoam, or styrofoam's in between the 1/4-inch plywood. So the walls are 1.25 inches thick. I've got the 1 1/8-inch aluminum on every corner. The whole thing was primered and then rhino lined. It doesn't leak at all, and I figured the rhino liner is going to be waterproof enough, and it stored underneath the shed, so it's not going to be sitting out in the elements. The bars, the blue bars on top, that's just for some protection against tree limbs and stuff like that, and it's actually a ladder off my kid's old swing set that I painted blue. I've got some lights up on top, just some LED lights, and then some orange marker lights. The windows are out of an old camper I got from a camper salvage yard, and the door on the back is off a 93 Allegro Bay RV bus. I've got some more grab handles here for hanging stuff up. I've got a 110 plug outlet here. This is a 30 amp RV hookup right here. This box is just for storage, and this box up here actually has a hot water shower in it that I ran into the camper just for if I wanted to put a sink in later, or anything like that. I've got more lights up top. On this side I've got a diesel tank for the diesel heater that's on the inside. I do have an extra muffler pipe that comes from there, and it runs all the way out, way past the truck. The window, the door crank for the window to go up and down weighed like 25-30 pounds, super heavy, so I took it off and kind of rigged this up. This is off a workout bench. You unscrew it and it slides down and the window opens and closes, and that way if this was shut and the tailgate was shut, then I would be stuck inside. So at least now I can roll the window down and get out. Here's the control panel. It's regular RV control panel, and then all my light switches. This is for interior lights and a fan up top. And then I've got the spotlights out back from my little porch light. This is the lights, those 3 lights up on top. And then I've got the 2, a different switch for the 2 in the front. And then I've got a couple extra switches for if I want to add something later. One thing you might want to think about when you're building one of these is the upholstery. The cushions cost me a fortune to get covered, and I actually had the leather material, or pleather, whatever that is, material. I've got some blackout windows that were just it was off of like $5 at Walmart. It's something you put on your windshield so frost doesn't get on it. This thing sleeps 3. This bed, or this table, swivels around. It's on a pipe here, pipe clamp, and a little thing on the bottom, and it swivels around to where you can eat on it that way or this way or whatever you want to do. You can just push it out of the way here if you want. It's got a microwave, refrigerator. The refrigerator's not 12 volt, it's 110. 12 volt refrigerators are expensive. Let me open this up and I'll... Alright, so I've got some of the cushions out, and this table leg comes out and can store in one of these side bins. This is where my diesel heater is, down there. Some pots and pans, coffee maker, stove, little 2-burner Coleman stove. Under here is where I got an extra water tank, little porta potty thing for the girls. Got a 110 amp hour AGM battery, a power inverter there. In this compartment I've got some more storage, these little black Harbor Freight boxes. To make this thing into a bed, this all goes down. It makes into a full-size bed, so all these cushions come down. The other 2 cushions go in right there, and it sleeps 2 people there, and then 1 person can sleep up here. 1 small person. One of the kids usually sleeps up there, and then 2 of us down here. So this has a little cable that I got that attaches up here. This isn't easy to do one-handed. And I've got a smoke detector and a carbon monoxide detector. Some little more storage there. So this tiny little camper sleeps 3 people. It's got a diesel heater that will burn you out. It's way too much for this tiny little thing. Got a TV with a DVD player up here. This little compartment here is actually attached to this box on the outside, and that whole thing comes off, and a air conditioning unit goes in there. So that is about it. The main reason I built this thing was because I wanted something that I could still open my toolbox. I didn't want to take my toolbox out every single time, so I can still get into my toolbox, and I can pull a trailer with all the dirt bikes and 4-wheelers and stuff like that, and then my wife doesn't have to drive her car too, or you know, take 2 cars, one pulling the camper and one pulling a trailer. So I don't know how much it weighs. I know y'all are probably gonna ask that, but I don't know. It doesn't make the truck squat, and I can actually push it around in there when it's in the back of the truck to get it squared up perfectly. It doesn't leak. It is rhino lined. I think that's about it. And if you have any questions or comments or think something I could have done differently or should have done differently, one of the things I messed up on was the door. I didn't anticipate the door sticking out as far as it did, so I ended up having to take the plastic liner off on the back of my tailgate. I'll probably just spray rhino liner on it or something. I think that's about it. Appreciate it. So a couple more things I thought of. I thought I might show you the bed completely made. Like it's a full size, and at first I put a air mattress in there and it worked fine, but this is 4-inch foam and it real comfortable. I had another board that I put underneath me here, but just kind of realized I didn't really need it, and so that one table, even with the gaps, is fine. Plus it allows the heat to come up through there a little better. Sometimes we don't even do the whole thing, and I'll show you how I do it a different way. So if it's just 2 of us going, I pull one cushion out and we just do it like that, and I'll sleep on the bottom and my son will sleep up there. And so here I'll show you the shower head. It's right here, and it can come all the way outside if you want to shower off outside. This actually came with the hot water heater, or I had thoughts of putting it on the inside and making an indoor shower with a actually a dog type bath thing that I can hook a drain to, put it in the floor, and then I've got a tube that is off of a greenhouse vent system, 2-foot tube that I'm gonna magnetize to the top if I decide to go through that much trouble. We'll see. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna do all that or not. But it's definitely a possibility to have an indoor shower in this thing. But more than likely we'll just pull it outside and hose off out there. A couple more things. I know you're gonna ask how much it cost. I've got about $3,000 in it total, and that's with new fridge, new microwave, new diesel heater, new air conditioning unit, all these boxes, and I'll try and put a link where I got those boxes. They got them off eBay actually. At some point I'm gonna build a little table that slides in here and comes down where I can put the grill, or maybe put the grill over there and the propane tank hanging from this part right here. So I hope this helped. Yeah, maybe you got some ideas if you're wanting to build something of your own. A lot of it takes a lot of thought. You know, which way the door opens here depends on where you're going to put the fridge, and which way that door opens depends on where it's going to go, and just trying to get everything fit and in there perfectly. It took a lot of thinking. And I'll try and put some pictures of the build at the end of this video for you. So I hope that helped out. Good luck.